Greetings my fellow gamers and welcome to the Gamers Refuge. Today I want to do a kind of like a first impressions video of The Witcher 3. Now I know the game's been out for a little over a year now, but yeah, I just got not too long ago on a hell of a Steam sale, and again it was just something I just couldn't pass up. I got the original Witcher for like $1.50, Witcher 2 for like I think it was like $3. So, and they had the whole trilogy pack for like dirt cheap, so I was like, what the hell. I heard a lot about The Witcher, especially Witcher 3, and it's like, I really want to try this game out. I've heard pretty much nothing but good things about it. So I finally got it and I've been playing it, and yeah, it's fucking amazing. Up until now, my favorite open world game was Skyrim, and I wasn't too sure about how the open world on The Witcher 3 was going to work because, well, let me show you something. No, don't go punching the locals, you doofus. Come to the world map. It is an open world, but it's divided into sections. Like you got White Orchard, where this is where you basically start out, and the map for it. I mean, it doesn't look very big, but there's a decent bit of area to cover in it. Then one area is just a palace, and that's it. And mind you, this is like when I'm beginning the game. I'm sitting there going, really, this is it? I mean, I hope the areas get bigger, So, and then I came over, finally made it to Velen, and I'm zooming way out, and Velen, holy shit, this is a big area. I've already done my first go through on Velen, and you see all the question marks. These are all places I haven't even explored yet, and I've already moved on to Skellige, and now I'm coming back to Velen. Skellige, the Skellige Isles, is another really good sized map, and islands. You got boats you can take over to all these islands and stuff, and there may be, I don't know if there, I see roads over here, but there's nothing marked there, but I haven't been over there yet, so there's probably little towns or some type of like settlements or forts or something. Like I said, I'm just getting into the game, and mind you, I've got probably about 46 hours into the game now, and there is a ton of shit I still haven't explored, a ton of things I still haven't done, and I'm level 20 now. It's like I said, the game is fucking amazing. I had my doubts about the open world being split into areas, but once I've started playing it, it's really not a big deal. I quite enjoy it. It's the graphics on this are I got it on PC, and I have to these graphics are on medium because I put them on ultra, and when I shift the camera around, everything blurs out. I got a pretty decent computer tower, and I can run Skyrim on ultra no problem. But Witcher 3 on ultra, it's just too taxing on the resources of my computer. Another thing that really I really do like about this game is you can call your horse no matter where pretty much no matter where you're at, and he'll come running. Well, sort of, if you can get to me. Sometimes you gotta kind of help him out. But you got a horse. You can use your horse to go wherever you want, within reason. I mean, your horse is not going to jump off of mountains and stuff, so your horse does have a certain level of intelligence. But yeah, you can make run them and all that, and get where you're going fairly easily. There is a quick travel system as long as you found the signposts to places you've already been to. But yeah, Roach is a damn good horse. He comes pretty much whenever you call him. Yeah. Another thing I like is the combat. Yeah, fucking badass. Yeah. Graphic is like... Yeah, the combat is just fucking brutal and graphic. Just...
He can't take this.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, you know, these are like level 5s. I'm level 20. Yeah, and I've got... Yeah, on my character here, I got a decent bit of stuff built up on this. So I mean, you know, I got like 2 whole sections dedicated to boosting my attack power, on top of being level 20, and you know having this little thing over here to increase my vitality and all that. So you know, yeah, for this area I'm like, you know, I'm fucking OP as hell. So, but I just wanted to show it, you know, as a demonstration of just how brutal the combat is. I love it. You know, heads go flying, bodies get cut in half. You know, sometimes like just like right down the shoulder. You know, just a chunk just getting sliced off. It's, you know, the battle is pretty intense and graphic, and I love it. And more than the combat, I think the thing that I like most about this game is the very in-depth, you know, immersive storyline that this game has. You know, I have not come across a game with a storyline this intriguing in a long time. I mean, you know, as much as I love Skyrim, not even the storyline on Skyrim was as interesting and intriguing as this. I think the last game I played that had a storyline that I got this immersed into was probably Final Fantasy VII. And that was back in the fucking 90s. You know, I mean, I've played some damn good games since, but, you know, nothing on the level of The Witcher 3. You know, it's just, you know, the characters are so alive. But, you know, you walk by and, you know, random NPCs are having, like, you know, conversations and stuff. Sometimes they're, you know, sometimes they're talking shit about your main character and whatnot. Yeah, it's just, you know, and when you do talk to like different characters in the game, they seem very much alive. You know, I just, you know, like I said, I haven't come across a game like this in a long time. So I know I'm gonna get many more hours of gameplay of it. Like I said, I got about 45 hours of gameplay in this already, and you know, quite frankly, I'm hooked. You know, this is a very addictive game, and you know, not to mention they also have a mini game in here called Gwent. It's, you know, a card game, and you know, you go around collecting cards from different areas and stuff. There's just a ton of shit to do, and I haven't even touched the DLC for it yet, because, you know, quite frankly at this time I can't afford, you know, to buy the complete thing, so I just got the base game, you know. But just even the base game is just amazing. So, you know, I'm going to leave this here. You know, the things I like, you know, about this that are outstanding to me, you know, is, you know, the combat, you know, the vastness and the, you know, the detailed, you know, world that this is in. Despite the fact that it's split up into groups, it's not one big, huge open world like, you know, I would have, you know, maybe preferred seeing it. You know, I like the card game Gwent, although, albeit it can be a little frustrating, you know, from time to time when you have characters that just seem to cheat their asses off. You know, the lifelike NPCs, you know, the changing weather, the day and night cycles, you know, and above and beyond everything else, the fucking storyline. You know, the storyline, to me, is phenomenal. So, you know, as I progress in the game and get further into the storyline, you know, I may put up, you know, some more videos of The Witcher 3, you know, in the future. Yeah, this is just basically, you know, like my first impressions of this game, and, you know, so far, at this point, you know, I think this game is phenomenal. You know, it's probably one of the best games I've played in a long time. So leave some comments down below if you like, And as always, I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch my videos, and until next time, I will see you in the games.